That's amazing.
The dogs.
Is that even a real story?
That's a fact.
This is complete nonsense, Greg.
Read a book.
I guess you are kind of artistic.
Incredible.
What are you even talking about, man?
Go for broke.
I don't even know what that means. Let's get it going.
Let's get her going. Keep her going, baby. All right, welcome back. Episode 14. Super pumped up. Got some great stories for you here. I don't know what's so funny.
Oh, man. This is the podcast where the two guys that don't know what the hell they're talking about tell true dog stories.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was laughing. I think maybe I have some funny stories, but I wanted to know what you were referring to.
Ooh. No, I don't know.
Nothing.
What do you mean?
Nothing in particular?
What?
Funny story.
No.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
Are we jammed?
Do you want me to continue?
Super jammed. No. So I have a quick question for you, Scott.
Sure.
Why do people blur out dog dicks on Instagram? What's up with that?
Too hairy. If you were
I don't think that's right.
If you were growing hair out of the head of your dick, we'd blur it out too.
Who says I'm not?
I don't know. Is that a thing? I've never seen that.
You've never seen that?
On Instagram?
Pull up Instagram right now. I promise you. Anytime they show a dog like laying on his belly, they always blur out his little dinger. And I have no idea why. It kind of bothers me. It's just a dick. Like a dog dick.
Oh, yeah. Or they'll throw like a little...
yeah, like a little emoji on it.
Emoji? This one's a watermelon. Interesting.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I don't know. You might get kicked off. I'm not sure. Might be...
Should we test this theory?
Explicit material. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they do that.
How's an animal penis explicit?
I don't know.
Nature.
I can see 2 or 3 right now. You doing the math on that?
Someone photoshopped the dick onto a dog. Person dick.
All right, well, let's not look at
Sorry.
that. Let's get out of that.
Yes.
Oh, man. So what's up, brother? I was in Tampa all weekend. What'd you do?
Ooh, I did nothing.
Just chilled?
Yeah.
Just chilled
Hung
out.
out.
Chilled out. Before I get into that, though, I wanted to say I got this bulletproof coffee. I wanted to try it out. It'll fire you up. It says it's pure octane or whatever it says on the side, but I think it's basically coffee mixed with MCT oil to fuel your day. All it did,
Gunpowder.
yeah, all it did was fuel my trips to the toilet every 15 minutes.
Yikes.
I had one of them. I think it was like 10 ounces. Okay, drank it down. It's real thick. It comes in real creamy, so it's kind of nice. You're almost like, this is a delicious coffee.
Like a milkshake.
What'd you say? A little
Like a milkshake.
Yeah, it's kind of like a milkshake, but then halfway down, you have to go to the bathroom. You can't even finish the whole thing. So I'm going to probably stay away from those a little bit. I was lit. I felt like I drank 15 cups of regular coffie, and it kept me going the entire day, but it was like I had to make a pit stop at the bathroom to re-energize. So
yeah,
that's what I was doing all day today.
That sounds exciting. Cool. What's the best thing to put on a dog with a fever?
Is this a joke? I mean, what is it? Is this a trick question?
Mustard. It's the best thing for a hot dog.
Oh my God. Ah, man, I wish you didn't say that. I wish you didn't do that,
Yep,
Greg.
we're going there.
Good
Bad jokes.
Lord. All right. Are you talking about wieners?
Wieners?
Spicy wiens?
Well, hot dog.
Well, hot dog. Yeah. All right, well, so I was in Tampa all weekend, which, have you ever heard the term, like when people visit Thailand?
That was for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, well, it was the Kentucky Derby. We had a wedding as well. We were visiting my brother, and it was Cinco de Mayo, all within 3 days.
Nice.
Pretty fired up. But
Funny, all of a sudden, everyone's an expert in horse racing.
oh my God, people are idiots. People are idiots. But what I was going to say is, have you ever heard the term, and I think the first time I heard it actually was in The Hangover 2 or 3, where they're like, Bangkok has them now.
Yeah.
Bangkok has them now. This weekend, I was like, Leo, we're not going to make it home. Tampa has me now. I was fucking sucked in, man. We were going a little bit too hard. But we went down. Luckily, we saved a little bit of cash. Stayed with my brother. He lives right in downtown Tampa. I forgot the neighborhood, but he thinks he's super cool. Him and his buddy just moved into like a gated community. They have a couple different
God.
pools, a dog park in there.
He's
I'm
such
like,
a dork.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you think you're cool, making a lot of money, whatever, man, fuck off.
The fact that he rides a fixed gear bike is just absolutely the lamest thing I've ever seen.
Well, he's got a fixed gear bike gang, but then he also rides his road bike for triathlons.
He's a gang. It's terrible.
Gang. Somebody phone him. I actually have a story about that, but we stayed down there. He was nice enough to let Leah and I sleep in his bed. He slept on the couch. I made him wash all his sheets prior to going in. But we stayed at his place for 3 nights. We had a wedding. The wedding was at the Salvador Dali Museum down in St. Petersburg, which was pretty cool. It was definitely unique. Had a lot of fun there. We saw some family friends and stuff. It was a good time. But like you said, it was also the Cinco de Mayo, and that same night as the wedding was the Kentucky Derby. So I dressed in all like blue and pink for the wedding. Looked pretty fresh. But the Cinco de Mayo sesh was also very nice. But prior to going to the wedding, I forgot that we live in upstate New York, man. Went out onto the beach, had Leah put some sunscreen on me. I was like, all right, I'm fine. We had a couple drinks. 10 minutes later, roasted to the core.
Yeah.
I mean, to the point where she was rubbing, and damn it, Leah, she had some sand on her hands, rubbing sunscreen with the sand onto my body, probably pulling skin off where it was burned and then possibly, making it worse where I wasn't burned. But, had a good time, played a lot of spike ball. Have you ever played spike ball?
I have. It's pretty fun.
It's a fun game. So we actually played 3-on-3, which was interesting because I've only played 2-on-2 where you're diving around and stuff. Mm-hmm. But 3-on-3 in the sand is cool because
you don't move as much.
You can't. Yeah. You don't have as good lateral movement and stuff like that. Even though I did scrape my knees up like crazy, but played that for a while. Yeah, so I'm sunburned in weird places. Like my triceps got sunburned real bad.
Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Is it? All right. I guess I'm so big.
No.
But sunburn's got triceps got sunburned. But other than that, hung out on the beach, had a good time. There's a ton of beach bars and stuff like that, but it was a great time in Tampa. Oh, but what I was going to say about the fixed gear is my brother and I, we had to run to the bank, and he's like, hey, it's about 3 miles. Do you want to come with me? And I'm like, sure. I don't feel like walking because it's 90 degrees out, and I'll just sweat like crazy. He's like, well, you can ride my fixed gear, which I haven't done in about 5 years. And he's like, I'm going to rip this little tiny skateboard. No joke. It was the size of one of those skateboards you used to play with as a kid with your fingers. Little finger skateboard. It was so small, man. But it had like industrial size rubber silicone tires on it. Mm-hmm. So you could turn as hard as you wanted and it wouldn't like skid out. I mean, you could turn on a dime. You could whip around, pull like S turns and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. But we were just ripping, and mind you, we had a few cocktails in us at that point. That's why we were not driving. But I was on the fixed gear, and if nobody knows what a fixed gear bike is, basically at the rate that the pedals move, you have to continue your legs moving. There's no hand brakes.
It's a terrible description.
How would you describe it? Go ahead.
It's a bike with one gear.
With one gear, yeah, it's a fixed gear bike. Yeah, but a lot of people think that you can still pace the bike at your own speed, but no. Once you get moving, your legs have to go that speed. It's not like
that doesn't make any sense. Like you can't just like stop pedaling.
You'll blow your knee out.
Wait, so the pedals just like if you take your feet off the pedals, they
pedals
continue
keep going.
To spin.
Yes,
that is the worst idea.
It's ever. Very dangerous, especially if you're me, a little bit drunk, and you haven't done it in a few years, and there's no brakes, and we're flying through.
What
Tampa.
happens? How do you stop?
You have to basically wedge your knee under the front handlebar to just jam the gears back like an old bike you rode when you were 5 years old, and then you just like physically stop it. It's very dangerous when you're going through downtown Tampa in traffic with your brother holding onto the back seat of the bike on a mini skateboard.
Idiots.
So that's what we were doing. And it got to points where I was like still trying to remember how to do this. And he's holding onto my seat. We're probably going 30 miles an hour. And we're going through red lights. And he's like, no, nobody cares in Tampa. And I'm like, have you ever been hit by a car? He's like, yeah, 6 times. Jesus. I'm like, oh, my God. He's like, yeah, you just get up and run away so they don't try to charge you anything. I'm like, okay. Actually, he told me a story about this one time where he actually had the right of way. had a helmet on, had all the appropriate reflectors and all that stuff, and a car turned right when it wasn't supposed to, and he basically launched himself over the hood and just shook the guy down for like $200 right on the spot and then left.
Sounds like a win.
That's Florida, baby.
Yikes. Flawless down there. At least it's close to the beach. Once you head inland in Florida, that's when things get terrifying.
Inland in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sketchy people, man.
Oh, yeah.
Sketchy people.
Oh, yeah. The gator people.
I don't mean to keep rambling, but the other cool place down in that area is called Ybor City, Ybor, Ybor City. When Kevin moved down there, my brother, he talked to my dad, and he was like, hey, what's Ybor City? And my dad's like, oh, you don't want to go there. It's the gay trans area, like back in the 80s. Mm-hmm. You go there now, still the gay trans area, but the most fun place you can go.
Oh, I'm sure it's just wild.
We were doing karaoke at an open bar. Wild trans guys were walking by. People are screaming. You can do anything in Florida. I mean, it was out of control. There was a guy, no joke, and this guy probably is having a pretty hard life right now. He was painting the bathroom during business hours, painting it jet black. Everybody was in there doing karaoke. He's visibly doing blow as I'm pissing in the urinal.
And painting the bathroom.
Painting the bathroom black. I don't even know if he was supposed to be there. But that's Florida, man. That's Florida.
Just said, hey, tonight's the night. Get him paint this bathroom black.
This was 2 p.m.
Oh, goodness. What is he doing?
God. So, yeah, that was my weekend. Took me a day or two to get back to being a normal person. But other than that, I've had a great week, Greg.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
So what have you been up to?
Nothing. Like I said.
You gotta have something, man.
Dude, nothing, man. I'm so boring. I planted my garden, my vegetable garden.
There you go. I mean, that's unique. That's unique. There's a lot of guys that don't plant gardens because they don't have vaginas, but...
Ouch. No, I didn't plant all of it. I just got some tomatoes in there. So it's lame. I got nothing.
All right. Well, the next time I come over, I'm gonna come steal all your tomatoes, and you're gonna be confused.
You're gonna like the whole plant?
Yeah, I'm gonna dig it up.
Why would you do such?
I have a hand hoe. I'm gonna dig them out, steal the plants
with your hands.
Yeah, you're gonna see them right.
Probably could.
I know what side of my driveway you park on. I'm gonna plant those tomato plants on that side. Right when you drive in, you're gonna ask me if they're yours, and I'm gonna lie right to your face and say no, they're not.
I know what my tomatoes look like.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
All right. We'll see.
Oh God.
The other thing that I wanted to say was, I know this has probably been touched on this previous week multiple times, but did you watch Game of Thrones this past week?
Yes.
I'm not going to spoil anything because somebody has already spoiled it for you guys listening. But the whole dilemma that's been going on is that there was a coffee cup in a
Starbucks
scene.
cup.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
They parked I think it was season 7. They parked a truck in the background.
He was like, "Come on, man. Where's the editors?"
Right.
But
I can imagine they're moving probably pretty quick when they're making these things.
Well, at some point, it's supposed to be seamless. You're not even supposed to ask certain questions. You know, like, "Hey, is there a coffee cup in the background?" You just skip that. You're like, "Hey, we should be pretty professional at this point."
I want to know who the people are who notice.
I don't know,
because
I didn't notice.
Are you even watching the show that you're looking at the cup in the background?
Yeah,
it didn't look that obvious.
I'm pretty fired up at trying to wait for Daenerys to dump her tits out. So is Leah, my fiance. So we're both on the same page with that one.
Well, we know why Scott watches.
But yeah, I don't know yet. I mean, especially this final season, you're sucked in to the point where you're almost not a human being. Like, if you could have a burglar walk into your house and steal all your shit, and you'd still be watching.
As long as you didn't take the TV.
Yeah. He can steal everything but the couch you're on and the TV.
I wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. There's people that just fucking blow that up, but I don't care. But I was going to say, I woke up the next morning, and that was when Leah and I flew out of Tampa early Monday morning. We had to get up at like 4:30. Didn't remember the episode very well. And then that's when I realized Tampa had me, Greg.
Yeah.
They almost had us for good. We almost didn't get the flight, almost didn't make the flight, and we could have been there. We could still be living there right now, just living on my brother's bed. He'd still be on the couch. That's where I'm at right now. I'm still. I might. Tampa might still have my brain, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. You sound pretty dumb.
Oh my god. All right. Well, what else has been new, man? Any dog stories you got to tell?
No.
No, nothing.
What about you? Any good dog stories? I mean, Oliver's just being Oliver, being a little turd.
Oh, I didn't even think about this. Sorry, were you gonna actually tell a story, or was Oliver being a little?
I could talk.
Out of it?
I could talk for hours about him.
Yeah,
but
hey,
we took him for a walk, and he just decided down the entire street on the way home just to stop and lay down and refuse to move. It was so bad. One of the neighbors had to come out with their dog and walk us home. Yeah, he's bad. He's a bad dog.
So he's
just does what he wants.
That's a typical
all the time.
That's an Utley thing where you have to almost drag him on the ground, and he's enjoying it because the pebbles on the sidewalk are scratching his back, and you're like, you motherfucker.
Well, I love it when it snows. I just drag him through the snow.
Yeah,
it's he just slides across the top.
Throw on some spikes. Throw on some crampons and just drag him through the snow. It's a workout for you, and he's enjoying it. That's hilarious.
Who are you texting over there?
Sorry, Leah blew me up. But no, I wanted to say before I forgot, we have a huge fan down in Tampa as well. I threw his picture.
A fan, like a air blowing fan?
No, a fan of the podcast.
A listener. Who's that?
It's a dog, and his name is Abel. I posted his picture, but he's the man. He's an American Bully Staffordshire Terrier mix, and he was a rescue. So I got to hang out with him all weekend. He was the best, man. He literally, no brain in his head. I'm not saying that either of these dog breeds they're not intelligent.
Perfect for you.
He literally would sit on the couch on a pile of blankets, uncomfortable, facing the corner of the room. 10, 15 minutes, and then turn around and not realize what's going on. It was very strange. Yeah, it was very strange. He'd go outside, and he'd go out on their porch down in Tampa when it was 90 degrees out. He'd sit out there, and when he'd want to come in, instead of hitting the door with his nose, he'd turn around backwards and back his butt into the door to come in. And then when you'd open it to let him in, you'd have to push him out of the way. Very strange. Very strange. But shout out to Abel. We threw him up on
a little backwards,
literally and figuratively. But yeah, shout out to him. He was a cool dude. He was a rescue. He had a lot of scars on his face. He was because he was a little smaller. He was the dog down in Florida that he'd be like the practice dog for the pit bulls for dog fighting rings. Ooh. Yeah, so he had a lot of scars on his face and stuff, but he was the nicest dog. Loved him, but huge fan of the show. Put him up on the Instagram. Loved it. It was a good time. Yeah. So that's,
Tampa.
Tampa, man. Florida has,
Yikes.
Tampa has, You got anything else, bro? Oh, okay.
You've asked me 4 times.
I know. I'm just hoping that you can pull something out of your ass and just have some sort of input.
If I have something to say, I'll say it.
All right. Better be fucking intelligent.
Well, that's debatable.
First time in your life.
Anything I say will probably blow your little peanut brain away. Most other people are probably what an idiot.
Perhaps. Oh, the one thing that I did too, have you ever heard the music video, or have you ever heard the song or seen the music video by Lil Dicky called Earth?
No.
No?
No.
Not yet?
No.
It's pretty fucking hilarious. It's I sent it to Leah because she's a huge hippie. She's very eco-friendly. She's trying to save the earth. Granola, if you want to call her that. But this song Earth by Lil Dicky, he is singing about saving the earth, climate change and things like that, but he turned the music video into cartoons, so it's kind of child-friendly, although some of the lyrics are not child-friendly. But he had all of the most famous pop stars in the entire world sing little verses, one after another, acting as animals throughout the music video. So it's pretty funny, and it's super catchy. So I'm going to look it up real quick so you can listen to it, Greg.
All right, we can do that. I forgot what I was going to say. All I'm picturing when you're talking about this is African Child.
Oh my God! From
Get him to the
Greek.
I'm picturing this going
quite controversial. No, this isn't that bad, but I'm gonna. All right, I got it right here. Hang on, I'm gonna play it. I don't know if we can hear it.
Rapidly spreading wildfires. 103
Yeah, I
degrees in
don't
downtown
know if
Los
it's playing
Angeles.
through the.
112 in Burbank.
Well, we'll see. If you guys aren't hearing it, we're gonna listen to it real quick.
Are you? What are you doing?
I'm gonna skip the intro because it's
Dude,
not part of the song.
Get it together.
Here we go. Here we go.
So is this like a good song or just?
It's so catchy.
Just one of the
It's
guys
so
down
catchy.
here.
So you just really feeling the
To be
song?
more
Listen.
specific,
Yeah.
I'm a human,
I'm a human.
and just wanted to, for the sake of all of us Earthlings out there,
Earth
just
people.
wanted to say,
We love the earth. It is our planet. Why is he just naked hugging the earth?
It's a Little Dicky. It's hilarious.
Who's Little Dicky?
He's like a white rapper, super Jewish. Sings a bunch of. Or he kind of collaborates with a lot of artists.
I mean, it's pretty badass that he's flying an eagle naked.
Listen though.
Hi, I'm a baboon.
That's Beebs.
I'm like a man, just less advanced, and my anus is huge.
My anus is huge.
I'm a zebra.
I think this is Ariana.
No one knows what I do, but I look pretty cool. Am I white or black? I'm a lion cub, and I'm always getting lit.
It's so good. Drink milk from my tits. All right, well, you get the idea. But it keeps going for a while. I don't want to keep playing this. Hilarious. But it's kind of gets your kids, if they're, not necessarily listening to the swear words, into saving the planet.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm playing that for children.
Okay, well.
Opening line was my anus is huge. I'm not
Realistic. You ever seen a baboon's ass in real life?
huge.
And bald. But it was so catchy. Like when we were down in Tampa, we'd be in Ubers and I'd plug in my phone and just play this. And the guys down there, half of them don't speak English. They're just
Right.
like, what the fuck is this thing? Oh my god.
Sorry, people. Scott's brain. We don't really know.
Having
what
a
has
good
happened to it.
time. All right, so before we get into our stories this week, unless you have something to add, which you don't, we have a couple.
You're learning. Look at this.
We have
people.
a handful of guests lined up coming in the next few weeks. So
Ooh, tell me about him.
be excited about that. Anywhere from dog training to dog safety and adoption. I'm trying to think what else. Possibly a little bit more on feeding. We actually have a couple experts coming on, like actual doctors, veterinarians, which will be sweet. But be excited for that. So tune in. We're actually getting a little bit of traction here. So for whatever reason, people think that we're the podcast to promote whatever it is dog you want to hear about. So
Yeah, it's actually kind of funny.
we're pumped about that.
We just talk.
We're not
stupid
experts.
things
We're not experts.
all
but, hey,
day. and
we're providing a platform to get them going. I think
it's so funny.
I think our boy Scott Marshall with the Dog Dad Official and the raw feeding from a couple weeks ago or last week, I think he spread the word. So a lot of people have been reaching out.
Really?
But for everyone that would be interested in being a guest, if you have something related to dogs that is interesting, apparel, training, anything like that, reach out to barkologypodcast@gmail.com. All right, Greg. That was it.
You got so pumped. Who's out of everyone who's asked to be on, who is the most exciting so far?
You mean of podcasts we've done so far?
No.
Oh, that could be coming on?
Yes.
I don't want to spoil it.
Come on.
I don't want to spoil it.
Let me know your secrets.
I can do a quick peek to give you a better explanation.
Come on, give us a little tease.
Little teaser. Actually, we have a pretty cool woman that is going to talk about saving dogs' lives and how you can basically adopt and rescue survival dogs that have been in really shitty situations. So kind of like Abel down in Tampa, who was the practice dog for some of these pit bulls. She's going to come on and talk about, it's a national thing. She's going to come on and talk about how you can help save these dogs' lives.
That's awesome.
Because Lee and I were thinking about getting a third dog. I wasn't. She was at this point in our lives. Unnecessary.
No.
But, after hanging out with Abel, she was like, hey, I think I'd like to adopt. Save a dog's life. So we'll see. Good stuff like that, man. Good stuff like
I'm
that.
so excited.
Fucking pumped.
I'm just happy to meet a new dog.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Dude, it's so funny. So we went to a little post-bridal shower shindig Just everyone hanging out, drinking some beers, and they had like a Burmese mountain dog.
Oh yeah,
Little like 1-year-old.
Okay,
Huge.
I know.
Huge.
That's what Mark has.
Yeah.
Swissy.
But-
Or no, it's a little bit different.
Anyways, I show up to this like party, and everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Greg," and I just walk right to the dog. I'm just like, "Who's this?"
I actually prefer dog
Yeah,
interaction than human.
But yeah, that was my story. That's
okay.
about it.
Did he touch his little hairy dick?
It was a female
then
dog.
blur it out?
It was a female dog.
Oh, okay.
So
Don't want to get into that.
Jesus.
All right, you want to lead off the stories this week?
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Let me see where to start and not ruin. All right, so
Electric Avenue.
and let me take it.
higher. I don't know, it's
Oh
stuck in my
man,
head.
I totally lost track of time today. I watched Pineapple Express. I just got sucked in hard.
Greg, working from home. How effective are you?
Super productive. No, but I've always hated that movie, but I think it's only because I've only watched it on TV when they like cut out all of the funny parts.
Every single funny line.
Dude, the funny exactly. It's just like then it's just a dumb movie that doesn't make any sense. But the part where he hits him with the car
Oh my god.
in the end.
Yeah, and his foot goes through the windshield.
No. It's right at the very end when the guy's sticking his head out of the like underground hole and he hits him with his car. And then, dude, that's not even the funny part.
I know what you're gonna say.
The funniest part is he gets out of the car and shoots his foot off, his toes off with a shotgun.
Shotgun, yeah. This is completely unnecessary.
Like, dude, you clearly just ripped this guy in half.
Oh
and then you get out and shoot him in the foot.
I'll give you another. Oh my god, it's such overkill. I'm gonna give you another Pineapple Express reference from this past weekend. There was this one kid that just was not hanging all weekend, and we were sitting at this bar and we weren't really drinking. We were all having about one drink, an old fashioned, and it was cool because you like smoked it out under this like fishbowl type thing. But this one kid was kind of falling asleep talking to us. And we're like, what's going on? And it reminded me of Red when they're sitting at the diner at the end and they're like,
Sleeping.
is he dead? You know, and we're like, is he dead?
Yeah.
All right, you want to get into that story?
Yeah, let's do it. So this is a story about John Dagg and Sheila.
Sheila is it Australian. Sheila,
You know, I don't know.
that ain't a knife. This is a
It-
knife.
it is a shepherd's dog.
Oh, okay. All right, continue.
John Dagg was a shepherd. Anyways, so on December 16th, 1944, John Dagg of Dunsdale and his dog Sheila had finished their task tending to the sheep around lunchtime when they heard the engine of a plane overhead and then the sound of it crashing way up on the hill.
Uh-oh.
Plane goes down, everyone. So Dagg and his collie climbed the hill in fog and snow to see if they could help. At the top of the hill, the snow was blowing hard, making it difficult to see the plane. So we're going up a hill, difficult conditions, planes down.
All right.
What do we do?
All right.
So
You tell me.
the plane was a B-17 Flying Fortress from the U.S. 8th Air Force carrying a full payload of bombs.
That's a monster plane.
It's not
full
small.
of bombs. Yeah,
It's
oh my
not
God.
small.
You put like cars in that.
Tanks.
Jesus. All right.
Buses.
Okay. I wouldn't be going up there. I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
So Sheila was able to lead Dagg to the aircraft and to 4 airmen who were taking shelter in a nearby crevasse. So Dagg and the other shepherd who heard the crash helped the airmen down the hill. One was badly injured. Shortly after they reached Dagg's cottage, the bombs on the B-17 exploded,
Jeez.
shattering 2 windows in the house.
Okay.
Wowza.
I mean, yeah, that's just scary. When a bomb goes off, if you're out of range and it still blows out the windows, you're like, ah.
Right? Like, I'm surprised you're not concussed. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So because of their actions, Lieutenant George Kyle, Sergeant Howard Delaney, Sergeant George Smith, and Sergeant Joel Burley survived. It was later discovered that the 2 airmen died in the crumbled nose of the plane when it crashed, and 3 others had found their way down the hill, believing they were the only survivors.
Shit. I mean, you're definitely dead if you go nose down.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the front of that
Don't
thing.
want to be in the front of the plane. So, for their bravery, Dag and the other shepherd, Frank Mascrop, received the British Empire Medal, and Sheila was awarded the PDSA Dickin Medal. So Sheila was actually the only civilian to receive the medal that is often referred to as the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross.
Okay. Do we know what that is exactly?
It's probably
Cut the next
fancy.
sentence. Oh, okay, never mind. I know.
So in 1946, one of Sheila's puppies named Tibby, something like that,
Sounds
whatever,
Australian.
was sent to America to the family of Sergeant Turner, who did not survive the B-17 crash.
Oh, that was nice though.
It's pretty cool. Sheila.
Is that it? That was a quick one.
Yeah, where's Dunsdale?
Dunsdale. Crocodile Dundee's from there, Greg.
I don't think so.
I have no idea. Do you want to look it up?
That's not a knife.
I just said that.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you did. We can replay it.
All right. People are going to be like, Greg can't remember things because he was about to read. Maybe you were reading. It might have been the first sentence.
I think you were thinking it.
Throw it in. All right. Dunsdale?
Dude, turn your fucking brain on.
Dunsdale.
Did you find it? Ireland.
England.
Fuck.
It's in England. That's cool. That was nice, though, that they sent the pup over to the guy.
Yeah, right?
Or wait, did they send it to the guy that died or the
family of the guy who died.
Oh, that's cool.
Sergeant Turner.
Sorry, Sergeant Turner.
Yep.
Your family's happy, though. They replaced you with a dog.
Yes.
All right.
Your son's dead, but here's a dog.
Some people would like that.
Yeah, you never know.
All right. I'm going in. The name of my story is Lazarus Brought Back from the Dead.
Wait.
You're going to interject already.
Yeah. Okay, just go.
Okay.
I'm excited now.
Pause.
I love how you ruin every story by reading the title.
No, I think this one is going to be a little bit different. All right. So 5 dogs, all named Lazarus, became famous in history as part of an experiment.
This is creepy.
Creepy already. As an experiment to bring the dead back to life by Dr. Robert E. Cornish in the 1930s before CPR was developed. So with that being said, I'm assuming it's like right after these dogs or people die, they're trying to figure out how to bring them back to life. It's not like they're digging up graves or anything like that. Robert Cornish, he lived from 1903 to 1963, was a child prodigy. At the age of 18, he graduated with the honors from Berkeley, and 4 years later, he was licensed to practice medicine. Pretty smart dude. Cornish was interested in research and worked on a number of projects, but none sparked his interest so much as his idea to restore life from the dead. By 1933, so about halfway through his life, he had developed an unusual method of reanimation, is what they called it back then. Cornish attempted his experiment on several dead bodies without success.
So this is 100% mad scientist going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's now the fact that I know that he's been doing his experiments on dead bodies initially prior to animal experiments, and then he's going in and figuring out how to resuscitate dogs. We'll see what happens, Greg. I don't know. I have a prejudgment going on. Without success, coming to the conclusion that too long had elapsed since death for it to work. So he decided to perfect his method with freshly euthanized dogs. Interesting. Seems kind of backwards, but it was the early 1900s. In May 1934, Cornish acquired 5 fox terriers. What's a fox terrier? Little tiny, like a medium-sized terrier?
I have no idea.
All right. He looks kind of cute.
We should probably learn something about dogs.
No, I mean, I've seen one before.
Yeah,
obviously.
totally.
Yeah, I know what a fox terrier is. Okay.
What the hell is a terrier?
Moving on. He named each dog Lazarus after the biblical figure who was raised from the dead by Jesus. The dogs were dubbed by the press as Lazarus 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, so they're the terriers with like the big long snout.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the Bible either, to be honest. So
Lazarus, the raising of Jesus. Dude, come on.
I know I just read that, but beyond that, nothing. When's the last time you read the Bible, Greg?
8th grade.
You read the whole thing?
Yep.
That's the longest book. You could add up all the books you've read since then, and it's still not that many
You're
pages.
not wrong. I consistently can never finish a book.
Yeah.
Like I get like 2 chapters from finishing, and then I just don't finish it.
You told me
I'm
that.
like, I know where this is going.
You told me that, yes. You're like, I'll read like,
fucking weird.
82% of it and then stop. Like, oh, so you skipped the best part of every book you've read.
Yes.
All right.
Don't know why.
Okay. Each dog was killed using a nitrogen gas mixture, then strapped to a teeter board, seesaw-like contraption. I think that inverts them where their head's down. After they were declared clinically dead, the doctor would then inject a solution containing adrenaline into the corpse thigh and puff bursts of oxygen into the dog's gaping mouth as an assistant rocked the teeter board back and forth to slowly draw the solution up and down the body. Interesting. I mean,
Right.
very old school. You're just pumping oxygen into the dog's mouth, and you're just like,
Teeter-tottering back
yeah,
and forth.
dude, it's like if you and I teeter-tottered back and forth with a dead dog in the middle, and they just pumped him full of adrenaline.
I just imagine Igor like on one end of the teeter-totter, just like just teeter-totter.
Frankenstein and dogs, man. All right, so the first 3 dogs are said to have come to life, but only briefly before slumping into comas. Yeah, you jack them up with adrenaline. They're just like, oh my God, we're alive. Okay, I'm dead. That's how I picture it.
Coma. Yikes.
However, Lazarus 4 and 5 were successfully revived after their hearts have stopped for 5 minutes. So they got there pretty quick. They pumped them full of the adrenaline, teeter-tottered them. 5 minutes later, they're okay. According to an article in Modern Mechanics, 1935. I didn't even realize Modern Mechanics is still a magazine, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's almost 100 years old. Lazarus 4 is blind and cannot stand alone, and has learned to crawl, bark, sit up on its haunches,
These dogs are
and
not okay.
consume nearly a pound of meat a day. It also reports Lazarus 5 returned nearer
I'm
normalcy.
calling bullshit.
Stop. Returned nearer normalcy in 4 days than the other Lazarus in 13 days.
Dude.
Okay.
Medicine back then is just frightening.
Oh my God! There's an interesting Joe Rogan podcast where he has this. She's like a historian doctor, but she talks about and researches the history of medicine. Mm-hmm. I mean, dude, there were no morals back then. It was just
no rules, no morals.
hey, let's try this on, whatever. It's almost like the story we read a few weeks ago about just picking up the slum dogs and throwing them into space.
Yeah.
It's like we did that with humans for
Street
medicine.
dogs.
Yeah. And it used to be, they call it the medical theater. Did you know they used to call it that?
No.
So when doctors were performing surgeries that had never been performed before, I mean, just absolutely experimental, they had a theater type setup where people could come in and watch you do it. And that was how they did it.
I mean, without
video
and cameras, I guess, like how else are you going to spread the
Dude, I don't know.
Yikes.
Okay, so the
barbaric?
Yeah, or the operational theater, or medical theater. I don't know. You could just go watch.
Oh,
It's still kind of. I think that's why it still kind of hangs around in like ER, like stupid medical shows today, where you think you can just be a patient or a patient's family and go
just
like watch
them.
Yeah, you can't do that, man.
No.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God, it's ridiculous. All right, so, where did I stop? So I'm not saying this. The article's saying this. I can find no information on how long the 2 dogs lived because they're dead, but it is reported that neither assumed a normal life. I would assume so. Cornish began his experiments with the dogs at Berkeley, but was later asked to leave when the media began reporting his work while experimenting on Lazarus 3. So they started being like, this guy's fucked up midway through all of his experiments. Cornish admitted that the dog was more dead than alive and even debated about using swine instead of dogs, explaining hogs more nearly resemble humans in their digestive and circulatory systems and have far fewer friends than dogs.
Yikes.
Doctor's opinion on that, huh? But he continued to use the dogs at his parents' home. This guy's a real doctor? Dude, early 1900s
I don't know,
again.
man.
Again, I'm going to bring him home
Scary.
and experiment on him. All right. Despite the rather inconclusive outcome, the doctor's experiments with the 5 fox terriers were hailed as a success somehow. Cornish moved on to other projects, but in 1947, he reemerged with a scheme to teeter, again, a freshly deceased human. Thomas McMonigal, a child killer, offered his body for possible reanimation following his execution, but the state of California refused Cornish and McMonigal's petition to do. Concerns a reanimation murderer would have to be freed under the double jeopardy clause. You get it?
So
because
he died.
So they would kill him because he was a murderer.
Yeah.
When they went to resuscitate him, if this reanimation worked, they would have to set him free because you can't charge him with the same crime twice.
So you can't kill him twice.
You can't even charge him twice. So
Right.
it's double
You can't
jeopardy.
even get there,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even. There was that movie that came out like 20 years ago, Double Jeopardy. I don't know if that's still true today, but I guess that makes sense. They're like, no, fuck it. If he comes back to life, let's just kill him now. It's pretty wild, right?
Right?
That's cool. Cool.
That's a crazy story.
Early 1900s, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Well, the
what
crazy
happened.
thing, too, is like 100 years from now, we're going to look at what we're doing medically, and think what we're doing is absolutely crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
You're just going to step into like a time warp and just come back better.
True. I mean,
We're just going to reset you before the accident.
If you think about clinical trials now, the way a lot of the way they start, like phase 1 trials, and even before that, is you're just sending patients. The first line of patients you send are receiving medication that had been given usually to some animal, typically
Sure.
rats. So that first line, maybe years from now, is going to be thought of as pretty fucked up. I mean, we don't really even think of it today, and it still is kind of fucked up. But a lot of these medications do come through, help save a lot of lives. A lot don't make it through, and who knows what happened to those first line of people. I don't know.
Ooh, yikes.
Yikes.
Who knows?
Yeah, interesting, huh? Cool.
It's funny that you paused the video right on the mushroom, the singing mushroom.
Yeah, he says you can get people fucked up or something. That's the line.
Really?
I think so. You want to play it?
No. But crazy thing about psilocybin mushrooms, Denver just decriminalized them.
Yeah, I know. Remember?
Pretty crazy to think.
Remember what I said
No.
a couple episodes ago? I was like, hey, I think it was when Ellie and Crystal were on. Of Figgy Pudding Art. And I was like, hey, guys, so, a lot of states, and there's been a lot of clinical studies showing that MDMA and mushrooms are going to get approved. And you guys are like, didn't have a comment? Yeah. And then Colorado's like, hey, let's not even think about it. Just do it. Just do it. That's pretty crazy, though.
That's pretty lawless.
That'll be interesting how they regulate that, compared to weed. I mean,
it's what?
No, go
Where
ahead.
are you going with
Go
this?
ahead. No, I had something to say. Go ahead, though.
No,
It'll be
I have
interesting
nothing
how they regulate mushrooms because they are truly
It's not
hallucinogenic.
legal. It's decriminalized. So if you get caught with it,
okay.
you don't
Sorry,
get
sorry.
sent to jail.
Yeah, you get caught with a mushroom in New York State.
Oh, it's like
you go to jail
20 years.
forever.
It's like 20 years. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man, it's even crazier. Like all these states that have like fully legalized marijuana, everybody that got arrested back in the day with like a couple grams of pot in their pocket, they're still in jail.
Yeah, they still broke the law.
I know,
Even
but it's
though the laws changed,
even
they're
though the
still
laws
criminals.
changed, it's so wild, man.
Dude, how pissed would you be if like the week before it was legalized, you got caught and sent to jail?
Oh my god, you got like 25 years.
Fucking freak.
Jesus.
I'd lose my mind.
Send me some of the mushrooms up your butt. I'm trying to let loose in jail, baby. Yeah, that was interesting. I know you sent me that the other day. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Colorado does their thing out there, man.
It's Wild West, man. I'm telling you.
Boulder's running shit. I went out to Boulder. It was over 10 years ago now, and walking through, I think it's Church Street, whatever that main street is through Boulder, by the University of Colorado. Wild. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
being an 18-year-old, seeing women with dreadlocks smoking pot with armpit hair 11 years ago is even kind of weird to me. But now it's normal. And now they're going to be doing, like, if I send my youngest brother over there, they're going to be eating shrooms. You're not even going to be living on Earth anymore.
The great Bob Dylan. The times they are changing, sir.
They are changing. All right, man. I mean, those are two good stories. Where are we at of time? We all right?
Yeah, no, we're good here, man.
Carolyn there. Got to feed the pups. Before we go, again, as usual, do you want me to wrap it up with the the skimmers?
Take it away.
The skimmers. Follow us everywhere at Barkology Podcast. That includes Facebook, Instagram, pretty much everywhere you can follow us, but then also listen to us and subscribe, whether it's Podbean.
What is Utley doing?
I know. Right when I'm doing this, he's just
laying on his back.
Utley's laying on his back, 2 feet from my face, just putting his hairy little head of his dick
take
right
a picture
in my
and
face.
put it on Instagram.
All right, you
Put
guys.
the dog dick on Instagram.
Do you want me to do like a timestamp? Utley, stay. That's that. And I'll do a vid too.
See if we get pulled off
No way.
for dog dick.
There's no way. Utley. Gregory.
Hey.
And Bun. And we here. And there's Utley. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So listen to us. iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you want to listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. We're up everywhere now. Getting a ton of great feedback. If you want to be a guest, email us at barkologypodcast@gmail.com. If you want some gear, again, the stickers are fucking going like crazy. I don't know why. But go to barkology. Oh, shit, I forgot what it was,
Get
Greg.
that swag on your
I
back.
forgot. Get that wag swag, but it's barkology.itemorder.com. Do it up. Get some of the gear. Support us. We love you. We're not trying to make money on this. Obviously, we both have full-time jobs, but this is
We're
what's
trying to make money.
This is what's supporting us. You know, if the fucking mics break and stuff like that, you're going to give us that $4 that we need to replace it.
Yes.
But go to barkology.itemorder.com. We love you guys. Greg talks about mushrooms. It doesn't have ideas. I tell great stories. That's the meaning of the podcast.
What? That makes no sense.
All right, man. You want to wrap us up? Dog dicks, and popcorn.
Dog dicks and popcorn,
Now,
baby.
wrap it up.
All right, Wagmore.
Bark less. Woo!